Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsay's Little Library. I am here today to share with you my May TBR pile. May is an interesting month. I have a lot of different goals that I want to achieve this month. I have quite a few book club books that I have on my TBR. I'll explain those in a second. I have a few books from the BookishFirst website that I won that I need to get my reviews up for, so I kind of want to get through those and go from there. So this month was kind of driven by other people choosing these books for me, which I'm totally fine with, because you know the last few months I've been really wishy-washy with what I wanted to read, so sometimes it's nice to have a month where it's just I just have to get these ones done and we move on. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll start with what I'm currently reading. Right now on my tablet I'm reading Neighborly by Ellie Monago. I think you can see that. This is a Amazon first pick, I want to say from February or March, I'm not sure, one of those, but it's fabulous. I am loving this book. It's full of drama, it's full of secrets, it's full of manipulation a little bit. It's this perfectly seeming wonderful neighborhood that these two that this couple moves into, and it is like the talk of everybody wants to live in this neighborhood, and they paid a boatload to move into this neighborhood, and they're starting to realize that it's not all it's up to do. It's not all that great, but it's really really good. I'm really liking it. I'm about 60% through, should finish the next day or so, but I really love reading off on my tablet lately. We are approaching like the crazy sports season. We have 3 kids, and all of them are involved in at least one thing. A few of them are involved in 2. So pretty much for the next 6 to 8 weeks, we are home 1 night a week. It's okay. I'm good. It's all right. I'm very excited my kids are involved as they are. They love doing what they do, but it means we're away a lot. So having something on my tablet is really handy, especially for those practices where I'm just sitting on the sidelines doing nothing. It's easy to grab that. So some of these books I may see if I can borrow through the library and have it on my e-reader. Otherwise, I mean, a book isn't a big deal either. The other book that I'm reading right now is Homefront by Krista and Hannah. This follows Michael and Jolene is in the Army, and Michael, he's kind of okay with it, but then she gets deployed, and they have 2 kids, and now he has to step up as a dad and kind of take over all the mom duties as well, and he's not all that happy that she's going to Iraq, which in his mind is a war that is not worth fighting. And there's a lot of course, as always, Krista and Hannah brings in a lot of drama, there's a lot of thought process. Like for me, just wondering if I was in this situation, what would I do and how would I feel? And oh, it's full, it's awesome, it's fantastic, I love it, and I love this cover. She's a helicopter pilot, that's why that's on there. But I'm about a third of the way through. I'm listening to the audiobook version, really enjoying that. It's I love listening to these types of books in the car because it's not something, they're just easy to just take in. So I'm really liking that. Okay, let's talk about book clubs. As you know, myself and my friend Lindsay run a book club in our city, and so I don't know what I'm picking yet for that one. I think our theme this month is going to be read a book that was turned into a movie. And none of mine qualify. So I'll have to pick another one. I'll let you know what that is probably at my wrap up, but so I have to leave a spot for that. And then I have Barnes & Noble nationwide just May 2nd, Wednesday, May 2nd. Every Barnes & Noble started a book club, and the first book they read was The Female Persuasion. I didn't read it, I just went to the book club to check it out. And the one that I went to, we really enjoyed getting together. There was about 7 of us there just chatting about books. Really liked it. It was fun. Of course, I'm always up for talking books, but it's nice when you have a group of people who want to do the same thing. So we decided, we weren't sure, or Barnes & Noble hasn't announced what they're going to do going forward, if it's going to be a monthly thing or a quarterly thing or whatever, but our little group of 7 of us decided, you know, let's pick a book, and we're going to come back in a month and we're going to talk about that too, and just kind of do our own thing. So while we were there, we picked a book, and it is I Was Anastasia, or Anastasia, however you want to pronounce it, by Readalong. This is obviously the story of, it's a historical fiction, so Ariel's take on these true events, but it follows Anna Anderson and her 50-year battle to be recognized as Anastasia Romanoff. So it's that whole Russian side of thing and the Romanov family, which totally fascinates me, and I just have not been able to find the right books that, you know, that take the liberty and kind of go with that story and play with it. So if anybody has read a really good historical fiction that centers around the Romanov family, please share it with me. I want to read it. I want to devour that. So but this one looks good. It's an absolute, look at this spine. It's such a beautiful book. So that is for that book club, and they meet in the beginning of June, so I have a little bit of time in May to read that one. Then we have so those are those two book clubs. There's another book club in town I go to sometimes. I don't remember what book they picked though, and it's fine. I remember when they picked it thinking, it's not really something I'm interested in, and I'm fine just kind of popping into that book club whenever I want to, so I'm not reading anything for that one. But then I have the online, or the Goodreads groups that I read along with. So the first one is the Deadly Divas group. I'll leave a link to them down below, and their pick for this month is He Said, She Said by Erin Kelly. I've been loving interacting with this group. They do a live show once a month to chat about the book. This month's live show, I believe, is on Friday, May, is it the 25th? It's the Friday before Memorial Day. And it'll be hosted on Lisa's channel at Books and Smiles. And so this is the book they picked. I don't know what it's about because it's a psychological thriller. I don't want to know what it's about. Mine's in pretty rough shape, but I don't care. I don't think I paid a lot for it. But since I have the book, I would like to participate. And again, I love chatting with all of the ladies during the live show and seeing what other people thought about it, especially psychological thrillers. We seem to really digest them and really pick them apart and question things, so it's good. And the other group on Goodreads that I have sort of followed along with a little bit is Krista's group, book at Books and Jams, and they're reading Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. I've heard fabulous things about this. This was a Book of the Month Club pick. I don't know when. I bought it a couple months ago as kind of an add-on, but I've heard really sweet things about this. This follows our character Eleanor, and she's kind of a little odd, a little different. I've heard she's been compared to Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory. But she's just a little odd, and so she's also an alcoholic, so I mean that's just fun. And it just kind of follows her and what she goes through. So again, I've heard fabulous things. I really want to participate. I love Krista at Books and Jams. She's super fun. I love participating in their discussions. What did I read with them? It's a couple, I didn't read this last month, but I read in March. I'll leave a link below. But anyways, she always picks really great books, so I have that on my TBR as well. So the next book I want to read is The Coincidence of Coconut Cake by Amy Reichert, and this I am picking up because while I was at Barnes & Noble at that book club event, I found out that Amy is actually going to come there for an author event in the middle of May. What's really awesome about Amy is that she's a Wisconsin author, yay, and all of her books take place in Wisconsin. Super fun. That's my place, people. So this one centers around a chef in Milwaukee who is having a hard time with a struggling restaurant. She's trying to make it a success, balance her business, her friends, and her fiance until fate intervenes. I don't need to read anymore. I'm gonna read it because I feel like I need to at least read one of the books before I'm gonna go meet an author. Kind of my duty. I did pick up another one of hers. I don't know where I put it. Somewhere. But I doubt I'll get to two of them, so I figured I'd pick up this one. The reason I'm reading this one is my friend Lindsey, who's gonna go with me. I mean, why wouldn't she? She has the same copy at her house, so we're gonna buddy read it together before the event and then go see her. So I'm excited. And then the last two, I don't know if I'll get to both of them, but I have been doing some first impressions on the website called BookishFirst.com. Every Monday they come out with a blurb about a new book that's either going to be published soon or was just recently published. You get to read the first maybe 50 pages or the first couple of chapters on it, and then you write a review and what your first impression about the book is. At the end of that, you can kind of put your name in the hat as far as, yes, I would like a copy of this book if I can get it. And I've been really, really blessed with the fact that I've won a few of their books lately. And kind of the deal is if you win 1 or 2 of their books, you are to read the book and then go on the website and leave your review as far as what you thought of the entire book. So I have 2 of them sitting on my shelf that I'm pretty interested in. I have Mr. Tender's Girls by Carter Wilson. This follows a 14-year-old girl and 2 of her classmates. The 2 classmates left the one to die kind of as a sacrifice for this man called Mr. Tender. It sounds very similar to something that happened in Milwaukee a few years ago. So I'm interested to see how close this book is to an actual event that took place in Wisconsin. So that has me interested. And then the other one that I want to read, I got not that long ago, Picture Us in the Light by Kelly Loy Gilbert. This follows, I think his name is Danny Chang, and he's basically got the good life. He's a senior in high school. He got accepted to an art school, like the #1 place he wanted to go. He has some great friends. He has a great family, very supportive of his decision to go into art. And he's basically on the right track. Everything's great until he finds a clue in a random box that says maybe life isn't quite what he thinks it is. And so he's kind of making this decision, does he go and investigate what he found out or stick with what's the plan? So it sounds really good. Sounds like a YA book that I would really like, and I really, really enjoyed the first few chapters when I read it. So that's what I've got, and this is Max. That's what I have for the month of May. We'll see what I get through. It's a pretty ambitious pile. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's what I would really, really love to get through. So if you've read any of these, please comment below. Let me know which ones I should pick up first. Otherwise, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!